Hello and welcome to Trust Security, where we provide the security data you need when you need it, all in the effort to make security smarter. Today we are looking at video 2 of a 5-part series where we are deep diving into the Truss platform and giving you insights into how the data is configured and ultimately how to use it. Within this video, we will be diving into the Truss API. The API allows an easy lift to using recently published industry knowledge. It gives you near real-time notification capabilities, and it can reduce the time constraints required to get this data into those security tools so you can better protect yourself. So what makes the API so impressive? Imagine trusting the source of a data, but it's not part of your current security tool or your security vendor's threat feed into your platform. Now imagine having that data automatically pushed into your security tools. That allows the added bonus of dramatically reducing your false positive rates for those hard to tune feeds that you do want to have, but may not have the time or the skill set to use it. Before we continue, please like this video and subscribe to the channel so you can stay informed and up to date when the remaining videos of this series come out. So all right, let's get to the API. So first we want to know the products that we have or the types of information we want to pull from our API. We're going to load a filter, and don't worry, we will go over filters and how they work and how to save filters within the next video. So please stay tuned for that. So within our products page, we've seen this before in the last video. We have a number of products that have come out recently and into the past. In order to get the data that came out today for your particular products or notifications that you want to run, we're just going to use today, the latest day for our filter. You can see that from those 192 values that we had, we've reduced that down to 5 in this particular case. On the attributes panel to the side, you can see that our particular filters have been selected. You can see that of the 593 total products that are registered as malware, we are currently displaying 5, and you can see the tags that are displayed in this format. It's not always important for you to have a tag in this field, and it may not return any data, but perhaps in the next hour or the next 2 hours or the next day, that tag may become apparent and have a product on it, and that would be something that you want to pull down. So having an automatic pull using the API with tags that you're interested in is the goal. Now, before we continue, the API is best performed when it's pulling recent data or a very specific time frame of data, specifically the last hour or the last day's worth of data. It can perform historic lookups of products that you may be interested in, but it's primarily designed for the most recent types of data that you would like to pull in your environment. If you do want to have that historic quality, the dashboard is still the best place for you to get an idea of what those products look like. You can use the charts to see the visual representation of the type of data that is coming through and how that may impact or influence how you design your API feeds and pulls. So let's go back to our day. To use the API, there is the API field here. Going over the quick layout of how this works, there are a number of different languages that you can use to perform a particular pull. The filters, as you can see, tags are maintained within the API query itself. So essentially all you have to do is copy that particular value and place it within your terminal. There are several different aspects and avenues that you can use to investigate or interrogate this particular data. We're just going to do a quick, we are going to pull just the count. We can see how many total values or products we have. We can use this data to pull out specific fields like items, and then we can pull out the title. We can see what the title of these particular values are, and more importantly, for use with usage within your security tools themselves, we may want to look at the indicators and more specifically, say the domains that we'd be interested in that we would want to pull into our environment. Or you could also, if you're using a next-gen firewall or something of that nature, if you wanted to look at the URLs and block the communication of these known URLs to your environment. There are aspects to the API that you do that we should know about. We're just going to clear this information out. You can see within our field that you are looking only for 1 day's worth of data. If you did want to pull back 2 days worth of data, so today and yesterday, you can see that we are presented with a last evaluated key. And this is the pagination system that the Truss API uses in order to paginate through all of the products. In order to use this last key within a query, we are going to copy it, and we're going to place that the entire key pair within our query. And you can see that we have now gone to the second page and we no longer have that last evaluated key process. So we know that we have all of the products for that particular query, which was in this case, 2 days, today and yesterday. Now, I want to direct our attention to our resources page where we can look at our API configurations. You can see within these particular pages, the particular types and structure of the API query, an example of what that may look like. But there's also a guide within this field, specifically how to use last evaluate key pairs, and then how that, essentially this is what I just put forward in this aspect. If you did want to use Python, for example, to perform a larger query that may span several days or several hours, or from a particular contributor or source of data that has a lot of values within a particular time frame, then we need to have a way to automatically use that last evaluated key in order to perform a successful query. I have an example within using a Python query. This is essentially the exact same query that I used previously, but it is going back through the 21st of this month and going through to today. So you can see that I'm going to pipe this information out to just a test or an out JSON file. And that you can see how quickly that pulled. There was no time delay on that. And then if we're going to look at that, we could use, means it is JSON format. We're going to use a JQ switch to look at those particular datas. And I'm going to look specifically at the titles of these products. And then you can see that the original product, the first product came through on the 20th, was part of a Cobalt Strike system. You can see that other sources, titles have come through on these particular systems. So as new data comes into the environment that matches your particular queries, you can see that information. All right, so that is how we use the Truss API, and that is the end of this video. I do want to direct your attention to our Discord server. Please join the Discord server in order to communicate with other users of the Truss dashboard, to share findings, interesting types of filters that you are witnessing, or give us comments on the types of data that you would like to see. We're always on the lookout for additional sources. Please like and subscribe to this video and the channel so you can stay up to date on the next 3 videos that are a part of this series as we dive into the Truss platform. The next video will be looking specifically at filters, how to save filters, how to load filters, and we'll start touching a little bit on how the filtering system, breadcrumbs, and the query language start pulling together within subsequent videos. So thank you so much for your time. We'll look forward to seeing you on the next one.